Today I'm going to show you how to start reusing your plastic waste for just 50 bucks. So the first thing we're going to want to do is turn our waste plastic from something like tree sports or bamboo poo into something more usable, like these little pellets here that we have. Now what we're going to use to do that today is this nice $30 blender we got here from a local store in town. So you could get one potentially at Value Village or some other Goodwill, but it's kind of hit and miss, so today we've got this bad boy. The only two other things you're going to need is a cheap toaster oven that you don't care about too much, and some little silicone molds. These ones I got at the dollar store, so very affordable. The toaster oven we're working with today I got for $12, so that brings our whole grand total just under 50 bucks. So let's get started. And there we have the blender with the shortest cable that I've ever seen. It doesn't even reach the camera. But that doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're going to open up our blender here. We're going to get our nice ports. Maybe break them up a little bit so they're not quite as big. Actually can hit the blades. It feels a little bad doing this to a brand new blender, but oh well, like I said, couldn't find one at Value. Now I wouldn't do this with anything too solid. Supports or poo, as I said, they're fine, but yeah, I would say keep it to that for this kind of application, unless you had one heck of a blender to sacrifice, or maybe a wood chipper. Now after that, you can see most of it is blended up pretty good, but we're left with a few bigger chunks. You're going to want to pick those out and send them through again. But we'll jump cut through until we get some nice fine powder for you. So after all your blending, you should be left with something like this here. Relatively fine, doesn't need to be perfectly uniform. I mean, we're not putting it through a pellet extruder. So, once you've got this, you want to fill up your mold like this. And now we could get into mold making, but that would be another 50 bucks and another video. So we'll save that for another day. But once we got this, we're ready to move on to the toaster oven. For this next part, I'm going to recommend that you take this operation outside. I've got the oven preheated here already, so we're going to open it up. Take our nice preloaded mold here. Don't worry about the little extra giblets, they'll come off nice and easy later. Get that in there without burning yourself. And wait about 5 minutes. Alright, so it's been about 15 minutes. As you can see, most of the molds, all the plastic is melted, minus the front one here a little bit. But as you can see, they're all rather low. So we're going to top those back up with some more of our ground filament and send it back in for a little longer. Alright, now we've got our gingerbread most of the way full. We're just going to turn off our toaster oven and let it cool down for a little while. Alright, we're back inside here. Our plastic has cooled sufficiently, so now we're just going to peel on out our nice little gingerbread men. Alright, now normally what I would do at this point, as you can see we've got our nice little smiley gingerbread men, I would take my belt sander to this, but since we're doing this for under $50, I'll do what most people will have access to, which is just some good old sandpaper. Alright, so after some time you should be left with something kind of like this. You could sand it more if you wanted to, but by hand it's a little bit time consuming. If you had access to a belt sander, like say this one here, you could use that, but we're not doing that today. To get a nicer finish out of it, you could use some finer grit paper as well, of course, but yeah, that's just right there, the finished product for now. What I'll probably be doing, and I might post another video amending this, showing the process, but I may be drilling out a hole in his back here and embed a nice little magnet in there, and then we can have some nice little fridge magnet friends. Yeah, you can do that among some other crafty ideas with these little fellas, and as I said before, you could get into mold making and make other larger molds, and you can make them for pretty well whatever you want, provided you can find a way to get it in there. But we'll show that in the next video. I'll show a little sneak peek here of one mold that I've made in the past. Right here, and this one was for a, it's a pile of skulls, like a aesthetic D&D type thing. You can't really tell from this, but I'll show you how it's made in the next one and what it makes. And with that, we've now shown you how to make a basic product with your waste plastic for under $50. Keep an eye out for part 2 and 3. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and have a day.